Hey guys, how's it going? Hey, it's been a long time since I made one of these car vlogs. I used to do these all the time. I really enjoyed them. I really enjoyed just sitting in the car and just talking about anything. And I kind of got away from it, and then, of course, I don't know. I just lost interest in it. But I'm gonna give it a shot again. Try to do a couple of these, maybe 3 a week or something, and just get on here and just ramble about different things. Some may be interesting, some may not. So we'll find out. Anyway, my lawnmower fiasco. You know, I was telling you about that in that video. Well, I go to Sears, I'm going to try to make a long story short if I can. But I walk into Sears, and the first person I run into is this kid. And so he says, "Can I help you?" And I said, "Yeah." I says, "I got this mower yesterday," and blah, 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 blah. Well, I don't know. Then this other kid standing there counting money, and I'll call him, whatever, it doesn't matter. What's a guy supposed to do about, he's got a complaint about a mower, and I think he wants it picked up. I don't know. The other kid says, "I don't know why he's still counting his money." So I said, "Hey buddy," I said, "is there anybody here I can talk to that knows something?" I said, "I'm not saying you don't know anything." I said, "Don't get me wrong, I'm not being rude. I'm not saying you don't know anything, but you obviously don't know what I'm talking about or how to go about it." So he says, "Yeah," he says, "go around the corner here," and he says, "in his office there should be this woman named Cheryl." I said, "Okay, thanks." So I round the corner, sure enough, there's a lady standing there and got a name tag on it, says Cheryl. She looks at me and wasn't anybody around. I says, "Hi Cheryl." I says, "The guy around the corner there said you might be able to help me." And she said, "Yeah, what?" And I commenced telling her a little bit about my problem. I didn't go into all the stuff about the other mower and all that. I just basically said I got the mower last night and blah 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 blah. What I told you guys on the video. So she says, "Okay." She takes my receipt and she goes in the office, picks up the phone. Now she's behind this glass window and I can't talk to her because she's got this plexiglass shield over top of it, and I've been there before, and when she comes to the window they remove this plexiglass shield and then they can talk through a little hole. I guess, I don't know why they do it. They don't carry any cash. It's a doggone return part in Sears. You all have been there. It's in the bottom part of Sears, back by the automotive. Probably all the same. First thing I know, she comes over and she says, "Tomorrow okay? 21st? I said, "Okay for what?" She said, "They're going to pick up the mower." I said, "Yeah, that's fine." I'm scratching my head a little bit and I'm thinking, while I'm trying to talk to her, I'm thinking, aren't you going to ask me what's wrong with it, and or can I help you? Can I send somebody out? And I mean, now I'm going to be honest, it was a minor thing. Couple minor 2 or 3 things, but it aggravated me enough because this is my second mower that's been brought to me. I've been waiting over a month, and I had a fiasco with them the last time I was in there, and I just reached to the point where, you know, the little things really bothered me, and the fact that the thing should have been checked over by quality assurance or whoever that is that does those things. And they should have checked it over, made sure all the nuts were tight. But anyway, no, she didn't say nothing. "Tomorrow okay?" I said, "Yeah, tomorrow's fine." Didn't say sorry about that, and sorry for the inconvenience, you know. And I says, she hands me my receipt and says, "Have a nice day." And I said, "Well," I said, "can I ask you a question?" I said, how am I going to get credit for this?" I said, you know, I said, the last time I was in here, and I said, they punched a bunch of numbers in and gave me a receipt. Do I get a receipt for this? No, you won't get one until they pick it up. Which they didn't do last time. They just came and picked it up, and I'd already had my doggone receipt showing I was supposed to get the check. Of course, now you know the story of the check. No, they'll give you an invoice when they pick it up. And I said, well, then do I come back here? And she said, nope. As soon as it hits the warehouse, because this one I put on my Sears card, 90 day or 12 months. 90 days, same as cash. 12 months. I just thought I just put it on there. Plus, I got reward points. So she says, since you used your Sears card, she says it'll be credited to your Sears card as soon as it hits the warehouse. I said, okay. So I left there, disappointed. So I drove by a John Deere store that's not far from the house. I go in there. Jim, you'll love this, since you're in customer service. I go in there. There's a guy sitting behind the desk. He's on the phone writing something. It's okay, I'll excuse him. There's a receptionist at the this is a nice showroom. It's got John Deere equipment all over the place. Real nice shiny green tractors and buckets and carts and push mowers, and all this green. Which John Deere's are pretty tractors. If they're such. Hey, that reminds me of that song, "My Tractor's Sexy" or something like that. Oh no, she thinks she thinks my tractor's sexy. Anyway, I do this occasionally. I go off on something else. But anyway, she's standing there talking to some woman with a baby. And I'm standing right in the middle of the showroom looking around like I'm lost. Nobody else in there except this woman with the baby and me. Guy comes out of the back room, looks at me, turns, goes right in his office. I look up over his office. It says sales. Duh. That's what you do here? So I just kind of shook my head and laughed, snickered to myself. Lady's sitting in the office. She's sitting in there on the phone, leaned back in the chair, looking through this glass window, looking right at me while she's talking. Finally, the girl gets finished talking with the lady with the baby, and she says, "Can I help you?" I said, "Yes, I'm looking maybe get a John Deere tractor." What model? I told her the model number. Well, I don't know. Maybe he can help you. This guy just come out of the back room. Again, another guy. He walks over and, but we don't carry those. I said, what do you mean you don't carry them? This is a John Deere. Oh no, that's the smallest model we make. He says Lowe's and Home Depot and places like that sell those. He said, we don't carry them. He said, we don't. They're manual transmissions, and we don't like manual transmissions. And that's the last model that John Deere makes that's got a manual transmission on it. The rest of them are all hydro, whatever they call that, hydro something. He said, the model we got out there is the 110, 120. I said, well, what's the price of that? Whoa. He told me $17.99. And I says, okay. I says, is it a mulcher? Nope. Got to put a mulching kit on it. Which I found out after all my trips to places that sell mowers. I thought riding mowers came with a mulching kit. I honestly did. Well, it turns out you got to put a mulching kit on every one of them. So, even a John Deere. Guy said, no. I said, well, how much is a mulching kit? $90? $90. $25 to put it on. Delivery charge. Plus a delivery. I said, you deliver? Yeah, there'll be a delivery charge. $69. He's a mile from me. Maybe a mile and a half. So I said, in other words, you're telling me I said, without writing it down on paper, I said, in my head, I said, you're telling me $17.99. I says, the mulching kit, the $25, $69 in tax. I said, I'm looking at $21, $22, $200 somewhere around here. $2,100. Oh yeah. I said, okay. Yeah, okay. Then he walked off. Never said thanks for stopping in. I said, I'll think about it. So I go to Home Depot. They got a John Deere sitting there, D100. I'm standing around for a long time. Of course, now you've got to remember it, Lowe's and Home Depot, they're not going to have people that just deal with that particular item. They got all these red shirts walking all over the place. So finally a guy walks in from the plant department outside. You been waiting on? I said no. I said, I'm just looking at these mowers here. Oh, well, you got any questions? I said, yes, I'm looking at this Cub Cadet and this John Deere here. One's $14.99, the other one's $13.99. I says, do you know how much the mulching kit is? Well, it's over there. And he points, and I said, well, I know that. I said, I know where it is. I said, do you know how much it is to, to put on the mower? Well, let's see. So he goes and looks, and it's $79. And I said, well, how much to put it on? Oh, we don't do that. He said, you can do that. I said, I don't want to do it. I said, you have to, I know how to do it. It's very simple. You have to take the blades off and put the new blades on and put the shield on. But in order to do that, the mower has to be off the ground, or you have to drop the deck, unscrew a bunch of bolts, take the belts off, slide the belts off, pull the deck out, turn the deck over, put the blades on, turn the deck back over, slide it on, make sure you get the belts because there's one going this way and all that. I don't want to do that. Nope, we don't do it. So I said, okay, thanks. So over to Lowe's I go. Same thing. Ask them the same questions. You do? Nope, we don't do that. But now Lowe's will, if I go home and order it online through their store, they'll deliver free. But if I buy it in a store, the very store that the mower's coming from, if I stay in there and buy it, I got to pay for delivery. But if I go all the way home and order it from my zip code, which is this store, I get free delivery, but no mulching kit put on. I got to buy that and have somebody put it on. So I get frustrated and I go home. I'm sorry, gang, this is 13:29 minutes. This is one of Frank's videos. I'll try to wrap this up in 2 or 3 minutes. So I go home. I'm frustrated as all heck. I get in my toolbox. I find a nut and a bolt. Basically the same thing that's on there. I find another one. I get my wrench out, my socket set, and I go to town on it, and I fixed it. So I call Sears up. Well, I have to call a 1-800 number, and I get Chicago. I get this lady. I have no idea what she's saying. She's foreigner. I said, 50 times. I said, excuse me? 50 times. And I think she thought I sneezed or something. So all of a sudden, click. I think she hung up on me. So I call right back. Person answers. After I went through all the push buttons, yes for this, no for that, say this, and then I got connected to a human. I finally got a human. I said, oh my goodness, I says, somebody can speak English. And the girl started laughing. She said, how can I help you? And I told her, I says, I'm supposed to have a mower picked up tomorrow, but I said, you know what? I said, I'm so frustrated going around looking at mowers and getting this and that. And I said, I fixed the doggone thing myself. I want to cancel the pickup. So she gets my phone number. Well, could this possibly be under another phone number? I said, nope. It's a number I gave you. I said, Sears just poked it in and put it in. I said, they got you. Let me try again. Oh, I had the wrong number. Ha ha ha. She's laughing. So I finally got her to understand. She said, oh, she says, you're scheduled to be picked up tomorrow. I said, I don't want it picked up. I want to cancel it. So, oh my gosh. So finally, I got her to understand. And so she was nice after that. And she thanked me for calling. And I said, yeah. I says, I just decided to take matters in my own hand. I said, I just fixed it myself. I said, I'm tired of messing with them. So she said, well, thanks. Have a nice day. So I said, yeah, you have a nice day too. Which, speaking of, you all have a nice day too. 16 minutes and 13 seconds on this video. I might have to make part 1 or 2 because I noticed the last video I uploaded to YouTube, when I clicked it on to upload, it said 52 minutes to take. Now, 52 minutes. Never did that before. Well, then I put it in my iMovie and saved it through QuickTime, and of course it dropped the megabytes way down from 200 and something down to 25, compressed it. So took 4 minutes. So that's what I'm gonna do with this. This might take 8 minutes, but anyway. So anyway, it's good to be back vlogging again. I hope you didn't get bored, and you probably won't even watch 16 minutes of this, but if you do, you watched it all the way through, it's been a nice ride. I'll see everybody later. Have a nice evening.